What's up mga ka-Web3 crew? Hello. Talaga nga naman kung na-miss nyo ako, mas na-miss ko kayo. Once again and again, ako nga pala si Krista. To moons, to the moon! Ang fun, fearless at masipag na tagapagatid ng latest information on the fascinating world of cryptocurrency. Huwag ka na magpahuli, join na ulit sa exciting na programa on the potential world of cryptocurrency. Ito ang FOMO, the future of money. Sa mga hindi naka-attend or nakapanood ng event nila last time, congratulations to me dahil ako ay nakabalik. Ako ay nagbalik. Pipiyok-piyok pa ako. Andito ako sa Festival City ulit para umattend ng Crypto Expo 2023. Ready na ako para sa latest market trends and blockchain innovations. Day 1 pa lang to mga ka-Web3 crew. Ano pang hinihintay? Sugod na! Nag-i-English din ako sometimes when we touch. Charot.
When you touch. I don't touch.
Usapang crypto ba ka mo? Ay nako, ikaw ba interesado pagdating sa crypto? Tara na at pakinggan natin ang mga speakers while they talk about what's coming up next sa Cryptoverse. This is it! Let's go!
So, I am with Cardano Foundation, and we are the not-for-profit arm that oversees the development of the Cardano ecosystem. Some basic stats and facts about Cardano is that this is a blockchain ecosystem that has been designed as a layer 1 ecosystem with peer-review research papers. It is a public permissionless blockchain, and it takes all of this industry-leading research to develop a proof-of-stake ecosystem which has full capabilities. And I want to talk a little bit about these key points here: security, scalability, and decentralization. Before I get to that, I'd just like to share some general stats. Cardano has been developing organically over the past 3 years as features have came online. And these lines behind is an actual from our statistics for week over week, month over month, the continuous development of Cardano, where I'm proud to say that we have operations in over 100 countries today and over 1,200 projects building on Cardano. It's a very nice achievement to see in the spirit of open source permissionless blockchains.
So, does decentralization even work? Is it decentralized or is it actually centralized? Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, this is basically the heart of, or part of the heart of the problem.
Yeah.
Is cryptocurrency is in some ways decentralized, in some ways centralized,
Yes.
right? A lot of people tell you it's a decentralized this and blockchain is decentralized and stuff like that. But there are actually regulations, like in the US right now, the IRS is coming in and trying to regulate and so on. But because of the fact that we still haven't agreed on a single world body to create some kind of regulations, norm, bring the situation to a norm, that creates the volatility that you see today. And the number or the amount or the size of fraud and scams. And that is not good for cryptocurrency. The more that you hear about fraud and scams and volatilities, it's scaring off the common man away from crypto. So it's not even actually crypto part of the fuel that exists within the 8 billion people that exist around the world. So that is a core problem that needs to be treated. And I believe that the only way that it could take some kind of solution forward is for the whole world to start a body on crypto or something like that will regulate, whether it's within the UN, whether Australia, like centralized governments, coming together. They need to agree on top of what they want to do so that it can actually, dive down to us.
Yeah, that's why most of the regulators are not regulating yet things like DAOs or DeFi, because there are no common standards if that particular ecosystem is working in different places. But having said that, I think it's going to be very difficult to find another example like Bitcoin. I mean, everything comes from an idea, generally comes from an idea that somebody is pushing forward and an organization is created out of that. You can create a DAO, but I think you also need that sense of accountability. If something goes wrong, who is responsible behind all of that, right? So decentralization is good, but I would say that also knowing who is behind stuff is also good.
Yeah. Well, I would like to add here something. I think the main problem is the trust of the people in their governments. And that's the reason why decentralized this topic came up at all. And of course, all the governments try to keep it down now because they see they lost the control over the, I don't want to say the financial markets, but they lost the control about the trend. So I would like to add here that the most of, and this I think is obviously what we see in all of the world, that people lose the trust in their governments because maybe the money laundering should start on the top and not on the down, and I think it's funny, but I know, but this is exactly the point. So that's the reason why people have been created decentralized exchanges and currencies, because they don't want that other people telling them what to do and how to do these things. I would say that most of the people in the world, at least where I'm traveling, there are some ethics standards about how doing business, how to treat people, all these kind of things. It's just a minority who might be trying to fraud. And here also like maybe a bit an ironic comment on this one. If all the investors would use AI for their investments, might be there would be less fraud. Yeah, because a lot of investors, they see the numbers. And also here, why a lot of fraud happened? Because a friend of a friend is investing something and someone is investing too because he have no idea and just see the numbers and is running behind it. Yeah, so I mean, basic is trust. Trust in currencies, trust in governments. And I think Dubai is here a very good example for this. People trusting in the government doing right decisions. So if I live in, for example, in Nigeria, and most of the people we have to pay in Nigeria who work for us in cryptocurrencies. Why? Because if they get $500 per month and the bank takes like $150 or $100, I mean 20% of the income is just going for transaction fee. So the other question is about all this. Did we not create on a high level an economic system in the world and excluded too many people of the economy chain? That's the main reason why we have a lot of poor countries, not because they are not smart, not because they cannot develop their own products and solutions. No, we just excluded them.
At ngayon naman ay subukan nating tanungin ang ilang attendees at tanungin sila kung ano ang masasabi nila about Crypto Expo Dubai 2023. Let's go! Ang hirap talaga kapag ka, alam mo yun, medyo maliit ka. Sabi kasi nila kapag ka medyo matangkad ka, ang puso mo ay talaga nga namang iba. Bakit ganon? I am with Mr.
Hi, it's Pratesh with Kaizen Crypto.
And can you tell us about your company?
So I'm actually here with Discover Cardano. We're representing the Cardano community. I've built the Kaizen Crypto brand. We're a media platform, so focusing a lot on education and getting people involved with crypto.
Speaking of crypto, what can you say about the current state of crypto world?
Well, as far as the current state of crypto, I think a lot of people are a bit discouraged with the price, but still it's nice to see the turnout of these events. You know, a lot of people are still building. There's a lot of collaborations happening as well. So I think that for the most part, people are still involved with crypto if they're in it for building or creating use cases. But the price has definitely affected us. There's no doubt about that.
And last question, what do you think is the future of money?
What do I think is the future of money? Well, I think crypto is going to have something to play with that. Of course, we see what's going on around the world with banks and fiat currencies, and I think that crypto definitely kind of cuts out the middleman in that sense, but I think that there's still ways to go in terms of onboarding new people and creating the correct on and off ramps. So that's what we're all doing here, is just trying to educate people and spread the word. But I definitely do think that crypto is going to be a big part of our finances going forward.
Thank you so much. And do you have anything to promote?
Nothing necessarily regarding myself, but what I would say is if you're interested in getting started with Cardano, there's a lot of great people within the Cardano community who would be willing to help you out. Cardano is one of the most popular smart contract platforms now, which is really incredible just to see the progress of this blockchain protocol. But feel free to get started, join our community. We've got a lot of really great people here. I think the turnout has been excellent for our booth. So yeah, I think we just got to keep on pushing forward one day at a time.
Eto na nga mga ka-Web3 crew, dahil kasama ko po ay taga ibang ibayo. Meaning ng ibang ibayo. Parang pang Miss Universe to eh. My name is Ganon. Your name is?
Rosie Ross. KM Universe, we are a beauty pageant running on the metaverse. We have our own metaverse where we encourage women and we teach them about beauty and Web3.
Beauty and Web3. And you're from which country?
I'm from Panama, even though I look from Philippines. I'm from Latin America.
Even though it seems so wrong. Anyway, how do you find the event?
I found this event fantastic. Even though there is not much projects about the metaverse, we are super excited of being here, mostly because we have a great, exciting project and we have a lot of crypto/Web3 people interested into knowing more about how the metaverse is the future, not only for beauty, also for other things like education, and also for females, which is also the future. So we're really excited about being here, and we actually had a lot of good welcoming from a lot of projects, so we're really excited about it.
And anyway, let's talk about FOMO. What do you think is the future of money?
The future of money, I think, is definitely decentralized and slash crypto slash everything that can create you income in the internet. Not only as someone who invests on crypto, someone who stake maybe, or someone who is an influencer, a KOL, or maybe you want to put yourself out there, you want to show your abilities, you want to show what you do, and then you can earn from it. I think the future of money is totally crypto and decentralized environments. So yeah.
Eto na mga ka-Web3 ko, kasama ko. I am with Mr.
Chandra from Cannes in from India, and basically this company is sourced from South Korea. From past 5 years, we are there into this blockchain technology and NFW market, and right now here we are presenting ourselves for the first time, participating in this crypto expo and exposing, and we are releasing our NFW concept to the entire world from this platform.
Thank you so much. Very well said. Another question, what do you think is the future of money?
Yes, this is something like people are aware of that, like right from the day one, like a blockchain is introduced, people are aware of DeFi program and decentralized finance, but now it is going to be like a concept of semi-DeFi, which we are going to introduce that. Like, so it is going to be a change, game change player. A lot of revolutionary things are going to be seen in coming time.
Thank you so much. And guys, don't forget to don't forget to visit their website. Grabe mga ka-Web3 ko, napakaswerte ko ngayon dahil ang kasama ko ay kabayan. Sabi nga nila, kapag ang English mo ay finish na, saka pa pupunta. Syempre, ang mga kasama mo lang, di ba? Kabayan all the way from
Mexico, Pampanga, Philippines.
Ano pa ang inyong pangalan?
My name is Marco, and I work for Exolo. It's a cryptocurrency exchange platform. Makikita nyo naman from my back. We are offering spot and futures trading. So, yes, ito yung platform namin na nasa likod ko.
Speaking, usapang crypto naman tayo. Ano ang masasabi mo sa current state ng crypto ngayon?
Current state, of course, we don't know man, market is down. And right now, maraming taong naliliquidate sa crypto. And it's better to do your own research first bago mag-invest into something, into a coin or any projects. But in the future, if you made the right decision, learn about something thoroughly, we'll make sure that that project will go to the moon. Crypto is the future, actually.
Crypto is the future. Speaking, pag-usapan naman muna natin ang inyong company. Can you tell us more about your company?
Our company has been working for 1.5 years now, and so far we face some challenges like regulations. So mahirap kumuha ng license for crypto for a specific company, specific country, and also one of the main challenges is rug pull. Okay, rug pull projects. So that's why I mentioned in my previous answer is study first. Do your own research. If you want to learn crypto, mag-research kayo, check people, yung information about sa isang project. Our cryptocurrency exchange platform, meron kaming app, iOS app. Go to App Store, search for Exolo. Also from Play Store. May mga social media communities din kami na nagbibigay kami ng signals for crypto trading or traders, and we have lots of giveaways sa website namin.
You are so beautiful to me. Ang hirap kapag sobrang ganda talaga ng mga kasama mo na talagang dapat ganito yung mga friends mo. Anyway, Web3 crew, are you ready? I am with Miss
Paolo Tamangar,
all the way from
UA.
Yes. And can you tell us about the company that you are working with?
Certainly. Actually, I'm a partner in Interest Capital, where I'm also the Chief Investment Officer. We are an external asset management shop.
Okay, let's talk about crypto. What can you say about the current state of crypto right now?
Well, I really think that we are in probably the best part of the last year and a half. I think that the market finally calmed down. We are kind of consolidating, and for me, the fundamentals are more important than just what we're seeing price-wise. I have been seeing more institutional adoption. That's something that we have been talking for the past years, but we're finally seeing it progressing a lot. A few weeks ago, I was speaking actually on TV about the Bitcoin ETFs and what kind of massive impact that is going to have on the industry. So I think that we're already, the train is there and cannot be stopped. It's just a matter of time. So overall, I'm very, very optimistic, and I'm very happy that we are in a less volatile period right now. So, we can just stop, analyze, and construct our portfolio.
How does tokenization enable new businesses, models, or revenue streams?
I think that there are different types of tokenization, and real-world assets is a topic. Tokenization of real-world assets is something that the whole industry is very excited about. I think that was one of the biggest topics in Token 2049 in Singapore as well. So I think that there are obviously multiple ways in which it can be used. Something that personally excites me and I find very interesting is the tokenization of financial securities, because it simply provides access to broader audience to instruments that, for example, require minimum capital of $1 million, $500,000. I believe in financial inclusion and that everybody should have same access to the same opportunities. So I think that blockchain and tokenization specifically is something that can provide that access.
So eto na nga mga ka-Web3 crew, nakakatuwa dahil isa po sa ating mga attendees ang nandito ngayon at isa po siyang kabayan. Kasama ko po si
Samantha from Buy Trade Exchange.
Ano po ang inyong pinagkakaabalahan bukod sa inyong pagkikilay? Napakaganda niyo naman po, madam.
Hindi ako nakikilay, kaya nga ang nipis eh.
O, diba? Sabi ko sa inyo eh, yun ang pinagkakaabalahan niya. Ang hindi pagkikilay, dahil ang pagkikilay niya ay all natural. How can tokenization be integrated with existing payment infrastructure?
I think it gives people a chance to fractionalize whatever investments that they are doing. It does vary from, real estate. It does give people a more flexible payment structures wherein they could fractionalize whatever they are investing on.
Anyway, last question. What is the future of money?
I think the future of money lies in the hands of where the investments are in right now, which is in the blockchain and the fintech industry. So anything digital, the thing is you'll never know where it is coming, but it's always good to diversify your portfolio to much newer assets like cryptocurrency to have your advantage in the future.
Anything to plug or invite our viewers?
Sure, I think right now as a business development manager of BuyTrade, what I'm looking for is actually affiliates that could help us expand our reach in the Philippines, isa po yun, and Southeast Asia. So if there's anything else, just reach me out, Samantha@buytrade.io.
Ang Crypto Expo Dubai Summit ay isang pagkakataon para sa mga individual at negosyo na babahagi ng kaalaman at teknolohiya tungkol sa cryptocurrency, blockchain at iba pang kaugnay na teknolohiya. Layunin nito ay maaaring magtaguyan ng edukasyon, networking at pagsusuri ng mga pinakabagong pag-unlad sa mundo ng cryptocurrency at blockchain para sa mga kasali. Maaari rin itong maging pagkakataon para sa mga kumpanya na magpakita ng kanilang mga produkto at serbisyo sa larangan ng cryptocurrency at blockchain. Sa lahat ng asa Dubai dyan at into crypto, pakinggan naman natin ang ilan sa mga speakers at pag-usapan natin ang crypto ecosystem dito sa Dubai. So eto na nga mga ka-Web3 crew, nakakatuwa dahil kadagdag kaalaman na naman po mga ka-Web3 ko dahil isa po sa ating mga kasama, isa sa mga speakers natin. I am with Mr.
Naeem Aslam.
And how are you feeling today?
I feel very excited to be here in Dubai as always because a lot of innovators are here, a lot of good companies are here and some sound investors.
Can you tell us what do you do?
So I work as a CIO and a co-founder of Azek Capital Markets. I write for NASDAQ and I'm also a columnist for CNN.
And what can you say about the current state of the crypto right now?
That's a really interesting question. So when we talk about cryptos, mostly it's about Bitcoin. So for me, two things are more important. Number one is the BlackRock ETF on that one, and then secondly is the halving event which is coming next year. But let me ask you, because you are in this space, you like cryptos and Bitcoin, what do you think is more important? Do you think it is the halving event or is it the blockchain event? The BlackRock event. What do you think?
For me, the most important thing is the halving event.
Okay, so for me, it's completely the opposite. And
why?
I'll tell you, this is what makes it interesting. Because halving event is going to provide a tailwind if BlackRock event gives us a good news. And I'll explain to you what exactly I mean. So I think BlackRock, what is BlackRock? BlackRock is not only the biggest institution in terms of asset management, but BlackRock is an institute which was the advisor to the White House back during the financial crisis. The primary broker dealer, and also during the pigs crisis, during the COVID crisis, and also invested in the mining companies, for Bitcoin mining companies. So when they began the process of investing in my Bitcoin mining company, for me that was a very clear indicator at the time, this company is really going to come up with something which will support a Bitcoin environment. Now, if BlackRock takes an opposite position and ETF gets rejected, I'm not worried about ETF getting rejected. I'm a bit more worried and concerned about if BlackRock leaves the space altogether, because all other companies are only following because of what's happening with BlackRock. Then everyone else also begin to lose interest. And if that happens, then we are going to see a dramatic drop in the entire space. So halving event will be a very small one which could provide some sort of a movement to the upside, but it won't provide a massive explosion to the upside. The massive explosion to the upside is going to happen when BlackRock ETF gets approved, and secondly, when halving will come, we get plenty of a tailwind which will move the prices even more higher.
Mga ka-Web3 crew, eto na naman po ang inyong inaabangan dahil marami na naman po tayong makakausap. Eto na nga ang napaka-cute at batang-bata. Batang-bata, I am with Mr.
Guillermo from Francis.
Guillermo. Grabe, bedroom voice. Can you tell us about your company?
Yeah, of course. We are a layer 1 blockchain which develops AI technology and blockchain technology in their consensus to bring more reliability, more efficiency, and more security.
Anyway, what benefits do you see in transitioning from a centralized web to a decentralized web? And how does your project facilitate this transition?
Basically, I believe that centralized webs are at the moment a bit inefficient sometimes in terms of times, speeds, and decentralized webs helps you in that area, basically allowing you also in the part of ownership. What we are trying to do is that as bringing a new chain with better options and better speeds and better cost, everyone will be able to work with them at the same time while keeping also a good security and also keeping ownership of everything they own.
Mga ka-Web3 crew, eto na naman po at isang madugong English na naman po ito. Buti na lang ay nakapag-ready ako kahit papano, nakatulog ako ng konti. Anyway, I am with Mr.
Matheus Rosendo.
From which country?
Brazil, far away from here.
Brazil. I love Brazil, even though I haven't been there yet. Anyway, I have some questions for you. Before anything else, can you tell us more about your company?
Okay, well, I'm a developer here. So, about Doric, we are L1 blockchain based on Ethereum. So, it's a EVM based blockchain. And our focus is tokenization to make it simple, seamless, and easy for everybody that wants to create their own token, and they can create it, provide liquidity in a very easy way, and people can buy their tokens.
And what do you think is the future of money?
The future of money, yeah, great question. So as I said before, I believe all the transactions in 20 years, it's gonna happen on top of a blockchain, being centralized or not. So we have already the CBDCs in Brazil, for example. We have a very advanced phase CBDC called Drax, and I think it's a path with no way back. All the fiat currencies, all the projects, that deals with finance, it's gonna use blockchain one way or another.
Hindi ko rin talaga alam bakit talagang ako yung napagtripan sa pag-i-interview ng mga ibang lahi. Parang dapat kabayan. Anyway, okay lang yun para mas matuto tayo. Ako po, I am with Mr.
Jean-Luc Ramdin.
All the way from which country?
From America, Dallas, Texas, and New York.
And how are you feeling today?
Feeling great. How are you?
I'm good. What motivated you to come to this event?
Honestly, just to network with other individuals in the crypto space and Web3. I think we have a very interesting business model, and it's great to just sort of see if there's synergy of people and learn more about the space.
Speaking of crypto, what could you say about the current state of crypto?
That's an interesting question. I think that you can see from the numbers at the events, a year ago in the bull market or 2 years, there were double or triple the amount of numbers, and now there's a lot less. But I think that, the emotional market cycle is simply playing out, and I think next year will be very interesting when we start to see appreciation in prices.
And what do you think is the future of money?
That's such a broad question, hard to answer. But I would say that, money is a interesting concept, and it's unlimited in many countries. So I think our mindset towards building wealth is often different per person. But yeah, I think that things are transitioning into the more decentralized world for sure, and it's how can we play a part in that and provide a service of value to others.
Grabe! Sobrang daming learnings. Ang dami ng crypto experts ang ating mga nakausap. At ang dami-dami ring guwapo. Until next week, mga ka-Web3 crew, ako nga pala ay gutom na. Char, ako nga pala si Krista. To Moons, kita-kits tayo ulit dito lang sa FOMO, the future of money. Bye!